Alright everyone, since we haven't looked at Bitcoin in a while, I figured it would be best kung magsimula tayo sa weekly time frame and then work our way down from there. And we'll do the same for Ethereum and then later for SLP, no? The reason why we do this is para lang meron tayong baseline na ma-establish moving forward. Okay? And if you like na ganito naman din yung format, pwede rin naman. We can look at fewer pairs, pero we can look at them from a higher time frame perspective moving forward. So, let me know your preference in the comments section below. Okay? Now, tong Bitcoin, I want to point your attention dito sa yellow line na to. Okay? Diyan muna tayo magsimula. For me, that yellow line is key. Bakit? You can look at this from multiple perspectives. Pwedeng number one, sabihin natin na ito yung last bastion of support na nag-hold. Diba? We were consolidating here. We tried to push lower. Nagkaroon tayo ng double wick here and here. Diba? Diyan tayo last nag-hold prior to price breaking down here. Coming back up. Tag this. Then we move lower. Okay? So, that in and of itself is a very good reason na to consider that level. But another reason is pwede nating sabihin na may parang head and shoulders pattern tayo dito. Sorry, pangit yung drawing ko, no? So, ito yung high ng left shoulder natin, which typically yun din yung high ng right shoulder natin. Dito, nabitin ng konti, but as you can see, it acted very well. And that's where we push down from to complete tong pattern ng head and shoulders na to. Okay? The other reason why this is important, even if you disregard everything that I just said, it's a decent inflection point. So, acted as resistance here, support there, resistance there, and so on. Therefore, I am placing decent significance on that level. Okay, alam ko malayo tayo, but I just wanted to point out why that level is there because it's gonna come into play in a bit. Now, based on yung head and shoulders pattern, if you believe in yung mga technical patterns and yung mga technical targets from those patterns, then the target from this head and shoulders should be somewhere around tong 19,000, 20,000 na area. Okay? Personally, hindi ako naniniwala sa ganon. As I said, I trade from one level to the next. So, yung mga pattern targets are not as enticing, for lack of a better term, para sa akin, no? Now, after natin mag-reject dito, we push lower, came back. Saan tayo nakahanap ng rejection dito? Hindi ba sa level of consolidation din na to? Then we push lower, and now we've come back once again. Okay, tested na naman itong area near our level of consolidation, formed an area of resistance here, and then now we're pushing lower. Okay, so let's just keep all of that in mind as we head down to the lower time frames, para lang meron tayong higher time frame perspective na dinadala with us. May baon tayo, no? Now, dito sa daily chart, as you can see, we broke above itong trend line na to. So, I drew a purple trend line here. We broke up, pushed higher. Diba? Saan tayo nauntog dito sa resistance na to? Dito rin tayo nauntog. Again, it's an inflection point. Okay? Kaya tayo may level dyan, it's not because of this candle here. It's because of what happened before it. Even if you look further to the left, you can see that this level has been respected. Okay? Yun yung dahilan kaya meron tayong line dyan sa 48,224. Alright? So just let me get rid of these. Now from there, nauntog tayo. Price came back down. Binilikan natin tong support na to. Again, galing dito, 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 diba? Binilikan natin, nag-bounce, then we broke lower. Now, let me zoom in para mas mag-make sense pa. Once we broke lower here, price came back. Almost tagged yung 44,246, hindi kinaya. Rolled over, broke beneath tong level natin at 41.8. And now we are trading within this range here. That's between 39,200 hanggang 41,861. Okay? We are also trading beneath this trend line here. So parang nagkaroon tayo ng move up, we broke above the trend line, price came back, took that trend line out, tested it from underneath, it held, and now we're consolidating beneath it. As you can see, nagkakaroon tayo ng maraming inside candles. Inside candles mean na The candle is trading within the range of the candle before it, inside the range of the candle before it, and so on, no? Okay? So, marami tayong inside candles. Now, that's telling me that, number one, weekend, no? So, hindi tayo nag-expect ng bigger move, tapos hinaluan pa ng holiday. Diba? The other thing that it's telling me is, price is waiting to see what the market wants to do. If we break to the downside, then highly likely we come back and tag tong 39,200. Okay? If we break to the upside, meaning i-reclaim natin tong trend line na to, then we might come back and test tong 41,861. Okay? Now, yun yung tingin ko sa kanya ng mas short term. As you guys know, I'm a short to mid-term trader. In the mid-term, important sa akin tong yellow zone dito. Bakit? Kasi yes, while you might be able to trade 41 hanggang 44, then if that breaks out here, maybe something sets up from 44 to 48, but you wouldn't be very bullish Bitcoin just yet kasi it's still trapped within the range, di ba? So, hindi mo masasabi outright na, hey, you know what? Buy. Dapat super bullish na to. It's gonna go back and revisit yung previous highs. Okay? In fact, for me personally, I don't think it's gonna go back there until at least 2023, no? But again, that's not a prediction, ha? Kutob ko lang yon. That's just pure gut instinct, no? Walang fact, walang kahit anong sinasandalan. Talagang kutob ko lang. Alright? I could very well be wrong. In fact, I'm likely wrong. But my gut feel says, at the very least, we don't revisit the highs till 2023. But that's neither here nor there. Para mangyari yon, para maging bullish ako, gusto kong ma-take out tong yellow line na to. Again, bakit? Even if you look at it from a daily time frame, ang linis di ba? Acted as support, as resistance, support. So, anything that happens below it is technically part of this range here. And I want to see a breakout of that range na malinis. So, I wanted to take out 52,961 or lagay na lang natin at 53,000 before I can say na, hey, you know what? Parang nagiging super bullish na itsura ulit itong Bitcoin na we might come back and at least revisit tong mga highs and lows na naiwan natin from before. But until then, kunyari nilagpasan lang natin tong 48.2. Ang isipin ko lang, baka konting lagpas lang, pwedeng mauntog pa tayo sa low na to, diba? Pwedeng fake out lang, tas bumaba ulit, bumalik lang sa range na to. Yun yung considerations ko dito sa Bitcoin. Now, if you ask me, okay, right now, do you take longs or do you take shorts in Bitcoin? For me personally, if your system is telling you na merong short signal, then I would go ahead, no? As long as makawala na tayo dito sa multiple inside candles na to. Kasi parang ang alanganin din naman to enter tapos only to find yourself stuck within this position in the interim, diba? So, for me, mas clear yung shorts. But personally, in my trigger time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame, wala akong entry signal dito sa Bitcoin. Okay, so ano yung hinahanap ko na potential entry signal? One thing is we could channel our way up pabalik dito sa gray zone na to. Tapos magkaroon tayo ng bearish structure here. Then maybe that's a sign to possibly go short. Again, depende sa itsura niya if it gets up there, no? Kasi mahirap i-predict na okay pa rin siya. Depende kasi yan kung ano itsura nung pag-flag niya pataas eh. Alright? The other thing is, kung we come back down, break beneath tong 39.2, okay? Then maybe, kung kunwari malinis to, we come back, retest it here, clean rejection, that might give an opportunity to go short then. From there, if we go short, as I said, yung next target natin will be 36,997 or lagay na lang natin sa 37,000, followed by 34,334. Now, for me, obviously, hanggang dito lang yan. Sa crypto and sa forex, I mainly trade from one level to the next. I don't leave runners. Unlike sa PSE. Sa PSE, kailangan ko mag-adjust ng konti eh. But sa crypto and sa forex, it's from one level to the next. Period. Wala yung bebenta ko kalahati, tignan ko kung may runner ba or anything. Walang ganon. It's from one level to the next. And in this case, if you break beneath yung 39.2 convincingly, then may magandang retest, magandang rejection, then that might give an entry for a potential short down dito sa 37,000. Then I'll be out. If mabasag natin pati 37,000, then we'll see what happens next. The other thing that might warrant a potential entry is kailangan meron din akong makitang signal dito sa daily. Kailangan malinaw sa akin yung bias sa daily. Right now, walang bias yung daily chart eh. Kasi nga, we're just having inside candles. Parang 3 days na. Pang third day today na inside candle lang. So, walang bias, wala rin akong magagawa. Now, let's take a look at Ethereum, no? Similar sa Bitcoin, we'll be looking at it from the weekly time frame perspective, pababa hanggang sa 4-hour time frame, which is one of my trigger time frames sa crypto. Now, dito sa Ethereum, we have been moving down din. Okay? Yung head and shoulders pattern niya dito, mas anemic ng konti tignan, no? Pwede nating sabihin na nagfo-form pa lang siya. Something like this. Okay? Hindi pa siya technically tapos. Whereas sa Bitcoin, kanina nung pinakita ko sa inyo, mas malinaw, di ba? Now, we can look at this sa daily kung nagbuo ba talaga siya. But for now, dito sa weekly, mas hindi siya clear. Okay? Pero ano yung nangyari? Once we broke beneath nitong 3,582, diba? Which is a key level again because acted as support here, resistance there, support here, resistance there, and so on. Diba? Once we broke down, nag-form tayo ng minor consolidation here, price broke down further, price came back, tagged this area of consolidation here. Okay? And then from there, what happened next was nag-consolidate lang tayo, then we moved higher. We broke above tong 3286. When we broke above yung 3286, I was thinking na, okay, baka pwedeng mabalikan nga natin tong low na to dito. And it did, no? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to trade that long. Tapos, from there, next week, binawi natin kagad yung breakout. Parang, we had the breakout. The very next week, we even broke beneath yung low of the previous week's candle. Diba? We broke beneath that low and then this week nagpatuloy tayo pababa. Saan tayo nakahanap ng support? Dito rin. Sa previous high na to, na nag-act na support dito, resistance dyan, and so on, which is around 3,040. Diba? Dyan tayo nakahanap ng support. And now we're watching. What are we watching? From the weekly perspective, unang napupunta yung mata ko is dito sa maliit na high na to. Dito. Okay? Bakit dyan? Kasi, diyan tayo nagkaroon ng konting hang-up, diba? Konting nabitin prior to breaking out. So, hindi naagulat na once price has come back, na mabalikan natin to. Diba? Kasi, kumbaga, isipin nyo, parang bumuelo siya dyan eh. So, nung bumalik dyan, some Ethereum bulls might be there to defend. Yung mga naiwan before might decide na, hey, you know what? It's cheap. I want to come in now. And so on, no? A lot of reasons for a lot of different people and a lot of different traders. Now, let's say na mabasag natin tong mini high na to. Etong next naman na mini high ang tinitingnan ko. Okay, bakit yan? Kasi again, dito naman, we try to push higher. Ayaw. The bear stepped in. It pushed lower. Bago bumawi yung bears at yung bulls at tinulak pataas, diba? So, if we come down to this level here, okay, iisipin ko na, will bulls step in again? Kasi dito, they stepped in eh. They pushed it higher. Or will bears resume? Diba? Babawi ba sila with a vengeance and start pushing it lower again tulad ng ginawa nila dito? Now, kung mabasag lahat yan, then your next clear level of support natin is at 2,159.5. At least dito sa weekly time frame. Now, let's move lower. Dito sa daily time frame, mas clear-cut yung picture natin. Okay? Once we broke beneath this structure here, diba? Itong structure na to, we broke beneath that here. Again, dito, ito yung nangyari. Broke down, nag-range tayo sandali. Tried to push back up. Dito tayo nauntog. Now, we push back lower. Binalikan natin yung range from before. So, naudlot ng konti yung mga bulls, diba? Kasi, parang isipin nyo, okay, binigyan siya ng chance umangat. Binrake niya tong mga mini highs na nag-form natin dito sa high end ng range. Tapos, inuntog lang siya ulit doon sa support na nag-form from before prior to price breaking down. Okay? So, from there, price pushed lower. Okay? Broke beneath tong 3,286 which is yung highs dito. Tested it from underneath here. Broke down lower. Broke beneath two levels. Isang 3,142, isang 3,040. Okay? Etong 3,142 daily level lang siya, hindi mo siya makikita sa weekly, but may small level dito kung saan nag-try mag-range bago tayo bumaksak. So once we broke down there, ano nangyari? Price came back, tested 3142, and then ngayon, similar sa Bitcoin, nag-range lang tayo sa area na to. Wala pang clear-cut na kasunod. Kumbaga to be continued pa yung kwento. Alright? Now, from here, let's say na mabasag natin to the downside, ito, itong 2,900, then the next target will be around 2,780. Kung mabasag pati yan, it's gonna be 2,476. Kung sabihin naman natin, mabasag to the upside, basagin niya ulit ito, itong 3,286. Okay? Then, there's a chance na mabalikan niya itong 3,582. But similar sa Bitcoin, I wouldn't be too excited just yet. Kasi nakaipit pa rin tayo dito eh. Meron pa tayong mga clear-cut, lalo na dito sa Ethereum, ang dami nating sobrang wicks eh. So, kung mag-break pataas dyan, we'll revisit Ethereum and look at it then. Kasi right now, hindi ko pa ma-picture in my mind ano yung exact structure na gusto kong makita para masabi ko na, hey, you know what? This is gonna look super bullish na moving from here dahil nangyari na yung X or dahil nangyari na yung Y. Okay? Basta if we break this, then we might come target this. Now, full disclosure lang, before we head down to this time frame here, I am short ng Ethereum. Okay, I am short from 3,140 something, no? Ito yon nung bumalik dito. Now, kung gusto nyo makita yung resibo, feel free to join my Discord server. It's free. Just subscribe to my free newsletter, no? Tapos from there, makakuha kayo ng link to join yung free Discord server. Doon ako nagpo-post ng mga resibo sa ibang trades ko. So, we entered from here. Nagkaroon tayo ng rejection. And right now, my stop has been moved a little lower. Hindi ko na sabihin kung saan. Pero, kumbaga guaranteed profits na kahit anong mangyari. Now, after niya mag-breakdown, dito sa 4-hour at least, one can say na parang, hey, hindi ba nagfa-flag to? Okay? That's why I drew that there. Kasi I was thinking na some people might be thinking na, uy, nagfa-flag. Pero, in the bigger picture, hindi eh. Okay? May mali eh. Yes, technically speaking, price is channeling up, but I can't consider that as a flag. If I wanted to consider as a flag, kailangan tong buo. Okay? Kasi kasama to eh. Kasama to sa picture mo eh. Hindi pwedeng yan lang. Hindi pwedeng ipinipilit ko lang yung gusto ko just because short ako. Now, so, before I move my stop again, I need to see price break down beneath tong mga lows na to. If we get that, then I can bring my stop down. Until we get that, my stop will stay where it is. And if it takes me out, it takes me out. I'm okay with that. Okay? So, yan yung tinitingnan ko dito sa Ethereum. Again, full disclosure lang, I am short Ethereum. Ayoko kasi na masabi nyo na, ba't ganun yung bias niya? So, I'm letting you know para in case I sound very bearish, you know why. I don't want to color your opinion. I don't want to color your bias. But I want to be very forthright and very transparent, no? Para lang walang confusion, walang mistaking where I'm coming from. Finally, tignan natin tong SLP, no? Now, tong SLP, sa weekly, madali lang na mahanapin yung range niya. It's this area here. Okay? You don't need to look far or look hard to find kung saan tayo nagte-trade ngayon. It's between tong 0.0087 hanggang 0.033 or kung may overshoot kang i-consider hanggang 0.04. Right? So, hindi na ako magtatagal dito sa weekly. There's really nothing to see here except establishing yung range natin for SLP. So, let's go down to the daily time frame, no? And look at it from there. Now, let me fix lang to para mas malinis tayo. There you go. So, siguro naman, kahit sa anong angulo natin to tingnan, it has been on a downtrend. Yes, nagkaroon tayo ng konting excitement sa move up na to. Okay? That didn't last long. We moved back down, ranged in this area, pangsamantala, tried to break out. Okay? Nauntog tayo, nag-form siya ng resistance at 0.03. Okay? Tapos from there, nag-breakdown tayo ulit from 0.0227. The very next candle, we tested it from underneath and rejected. Then from there, we started moving lower once again. almost revisiting tong 0.0155 na low end ng mini range na to. Okay? Now, from here, what can we see or what can we expect dito sa SLP? Ang unang pumapasok sa isip ko pag nakakita ko ng ganito is number 1, hard trade. Bakit hard trade? Kasi yes, technically speaking, you could just buy and hope it pushes higher. And because parang, for lack of a better term, basura stock siya, no? So people are very excited to trade yung mga coins like this kasi konting galaw lang, ang laki kaagad nung potential na gains. Diba? Tapos sasamahan nila ng high leverage, which they really shouldn't be doing, but they do it anyway. And then, kapag sunerte, pwedeng kumita ng malaki. Okay? But, the fact of the matter is, even if you wanted to trade tong very tight range na to, which we'll see later when we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we need to consider na these lows are there na pwede natin pag-untugan on the way up. And we know these lows are significant kasi sila yung mga highs from here na, kumbaga, etong mga highs na to, ito yung naging support, inflection point yan eh. So kapag tumaas to, hindi nakakagulat na dyan din tayo mauntog. And do I really want to get in something na nandyan na kagad yung untog based on where it is now? Syempre hindi, di ba? So, kung ganon, ano yung pwede natin tignan? Number 1, if you want to short SLP, then I would wait hanggang mabasag tong 0.015. Kapag nabasag yung 0.015, then maybe we can come back to trade within this range beneath, no? For me, that would be the cleaner trade. Cleaner in the sense lang na mas madali siyang basahin. It's a very textbook trade. It's a very basic and obvious trade na hindi mahirap i-manage kung nagkataon. Okay? So, since sa akin, yun yung mas clear cut, yun yung mas ipaprioritize ko. Now, kung mapilit tayo, talagang naghahanap tayo ng longs dito sa SLP, then we go down to the lower time frames, no? Dito sa 4-hour, kumbaga nagiging mas clear ng konti yung picture. So, from here, what can we do? Diba? Number 1, nakikita nga natin na nag-range tayo dito. So, hanggang hindi nasisira tong range na to, wala akong gagawin. Again, I don't want to be caught in chop eh. So, at bare minimum, I want to see price trade above 0.019 para may possibility na mag-open tong range na to dito. Does that mean na kung mangyari yun, dapat i-trade siya agad? Again, for me, hindi. Bakit? Yes, it could just shoot up. I don't know what the market's gonna do. All I know is, etong area of consolidation na yan, malamang maraming bumili dyan. Nung tumalon, hindi lahat makakapagbenta. Bakit? Kasi people always think na hindi, to the moon na yan. Bakit ako magbebenta at 0.029 or 0.03 when I can sell at 0.10 or 0.5 or whatever? Diba? Yung greed always kicks in eh. And here makikita natin yung clear cut talaga, diba? Dito tayo nag-hold as a resistance. Bumalik, acted as support even on the way down. When we eventually broke beneath it, tested it from underneath, acted as resistance, push lower. Once we broke this, resistance na naman siya. Diba? So yung mga naipit dito or yung mga namili dito thinking na, uy, bumalik na yung price sa area na to, mura na, tutulak yan pataas from here. Odds are, if we push back up, they're gonna try to get out. Now, whether the winners will be the bulls or the bears in that scenario, hindi ko alam. Diba? For all I know, once price breaks up there, yung mga nagbebenta rito, kakainin lang agad and we break to the upside. But for me, buying just because we broke above this end of the range in hopes na mabalikan natin to agad-agad, hindi siya magandang trading plan eh. Diba? It's a good trading hope. It's just not a good trading plan. For me, it's gonna be much cleaner if we can break above tong 0.0227 and then look for some structure there to possibly get into. From here, diba, we can possibly trade pabalik man lang sa highs na to at 0.025. Diba? So from 0.022 to 0.025, that's not too shabby na, especially with leverage. Or perhaps even mabalikan tong high na to at 0.0295. Okay? Pero hanggang nakatrap tayo dito sa baba, for me, I would be very careful kasi ayaw ko ako yung mabuhusan. Ayaw ko ako yung mga bumibili dun sa mga naglalabas. only to find na after all of that, ako yung taya. 'Di ba? It's not a pleasant na feeling eh. Now, does that mean na porket ayaw kong maging ganon, hindi ako nagiging ganon? Of course not. You will be caught offside sa market more times than you can count. Okay, lalo na if you have a long trading career consisting of thousands of trades, you will find yourselves occasionally on the wrong side of the market. And ganun talaga yun eh. But hanggang kaya iwasan, hanggang may nakikita ako na kailangan kong iwasan, I would avoid it. Not because I don't want to make money, but I want an easier and cleaner way to make it. In this case, either yun nga, mabasag tayo to the downside, breaking beneath 0.0155, or a break above 0.0227 para lang mas clean. Again, uulitin ko kasi minsan may magagalit sa comment na bakit sabi mo walang trades ganyan, tinan mo tumaas. Hindi ko sinasabing walang trade. Sinasabi ko lang walang trade for me. For you, depending on what system you use, baka may signal na mabuo. Okay, hindi ko po alam ano yung ginagamit yung system. But for me, personally, I would want to take the cleaner trade. And that's what I'll be looking for. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!